We've heard a few stories about this already. John was just talking about this. He had customers who started using them and then left. This is an actual email I got from a vendor of a client I'm working with. And she said, we were told in great enthusiasm that they're going to renew. And they were going to double down. They were going to increase their spend with us. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they decided to leave us. Has this happened to anyone in the room? Maybe a little bit? This is an epidemic. I'm telling you, every single customer success team I'm working with, every single CSM has had this happen, and it's like the world drops out, and they're like, what could I do? What else can I do? This is an epidemic. And the third is that people, especially in CS, think that selling is a breach of trust. I want you to close your eyes for a second. I want you to picture the salesperson that made you not want to go into sales. All right? Yeah, this is a thing. You're in, you don't want to sell because of that salesperson who's just like a little pushy, everything you don't want to be. Now I want you to picture the best salesperson you've ever worked with. What does that person represent to you? They earn the trust of customer. They align your customer challenges with how your product or solution can help them achieve their goals. This person is a trusted advisor. The bridge and the behaviors and the persona of a salesperson and a customer success person are not that different anymore, because the person who you were picturing in your mind at first, they can't be successful anymore. The world has changed for them too. So we have our 3 symptoms. The impact of CS is misunderstood. What we do in CS hasn't changed, but client demands have significantly, and people think selling is a breach of trust. Going back to our storyboard. Let's get to the science of this. I have one more video to show you, and this is a really fun one, because it's how we're going to change the game.
There are rich teams, and there are poor teams. Then there's 50 feet of crap.
That's us.
And then there's us. I need more money.
We're not New York. Find players with the money that we do have.
You got to think differently.
Your goal shouldn't be to buy players. Your goal should be to buy wins. And in order to buy wins, you need to buy runs.
We are card counters at the blackjack table. We're going to turn the odds on the casino.
It defies everything we know about baseball.
Just plain crazy.
If we win with this team, we'll change the game.
We got to change this game. So what are the metrics that we're looking at right now in customer success? In general, a company looks at MRR times your net retention, your churn, plus your upsell, to the exponential multiplication of the number of periods they're with your company. Let me get to that. So customer buys you. It costs a lot of money to win your first customer. You are losing money on that customer if they leave you. And every single month they stay with you, every single period they stay with you, you are making a disproportional amount of profit. So by the time you get to that 12th month, by the time you get to that 2nd and 3rd year, you are making a significant amount of profit on that company. That is where customer success plays. Every time you get them to renew, every single time you are getting them to purchase more of your products and services, that is skyrocketing the amount of profitability that customer represents to your organization. This is the math. You've got MRR times your churn plus your upsell times the number of periods they're with your company. And this is how much customer success is responsible for of that growth formula. So if you think you don't have an impact on revenue, if your boss thinks you don't have an impact on revenue, show them this slide. You have, and in order to increase that, you make small improvements to increase the number of periods they're with you, and that can make a massive impact. Don't believe me? Look at Adobe. They're one of our customers. 2012-13, they became a SaaS company. All of a sudden, their margins and their profitability started to skyrocket because they were now working that multiplication, that exponential compounding impact of their revenue. Going back to our storyboard, what are we going to do about it? So, has anyone been to the Magic Castle Hotel in LA? Anyone? Bet you we're going to get some people going there after this story. So, the Magic Castle Hotel has an average 5-star rating, and it has 3,500 reviews. Do you know how hard it is to maintain a 5-star rating with 3,500 reviews? And to top it all off, they are expensive. They're like $450 a night. So they're like competing against the likes of the Four Seasons. But this is the Magic Castle Hotel. It does not look like the Four Seasons. The pool is mediocre. Those lounge chairs do not look particularly comfortable. The rooms, they are okay, but they are not the Four Seasons. But what this hotel has is a popsicle hotline. Has anyone traveled with kids? Their kids, someone else's kids, any kids? Yeah, it's super relaxing, right? You get lots of time to hang out in those crappy lawn chairs. You pick up that popsicle hotline, and someone answers and says, "Popsicle hotline, would you like vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry?" You pick your flavor, and within minutes, someone is delivering a popsicle on a silver tray. So this is a magical moment, but it's actually not a magical moment for the kid receiving the popsicle. It's a magical moment to the person sitting in that crappy lawn chair who now has 10 minutes of free, totally unbothered time to chill in that crappy lawn chair. And it's created a magical moment for the person who actually has the wallet and who's picking the hotel and paying $450 a night. That's a magical moment. In your pipeline, you have magical moments. In customer success, it is your responsibility to know what happens in each of those moments before your customer gets to you. Sales tells them a strawberry, and you give them a peach, even if it is the best peach you've ever tasted. And I'm particularly passionate about this because I'm from Toronto, and our peach season just ended, and now I have 10 months of crappy fruit until I get an amazing peach again. But if I bought a strawberry, I still don't want a peach. You are responsible for making sure that you know what the customers bought, but not only that, making sure that the impact that your customers have by using your product is articulated to everybody else. I want you to think about a great customer that you have. Think of them. Get their name. Who is it? Just remember their name. And I want you to fill in the blank to this sentence. When this customer bought us, they bought us because of blank. Answer that in your head. But now, 6 months later, the real impact they get is this. Fill in that blank. Was it different? So your job is to take what they said in that impact after those 6 months and make sure that marketing knows that. So when they're messaging the impact that your product has, that's what they're saying to your future customers that they do. When your sales team is talking to your customers, they're articulating the right impact. And this is going to continue to evolve over time, continuously. After 6 months more, the impact is different. And so it's your job to discover what that impact is. I really encourage you, if you do one thing, find the magical moments that you can do in your team, in your company, and implement those. What are your magical moments, your popsicle moments? We want to talk about the what. Now we're going to talk about the how. Process is one of the fundamental bases of a successful organization. If you have a problem, you can start to look at, know that you have a problem because your metrics are off, but you can't actually understand the fundamental root of that problem until you look at those systemic factors and you look at the process.